kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis.
First play, here's Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now the Iowa State product. It's Kene Nwangu. Puts it on the carpet. It's out.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Wait, hot.
Throwing, Cousins.
This ball complete to Rager.
And they get him down about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 3rd down pickup of 5.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota.
This is taken at about the 14.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there on 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On play action, now Rodgers. And he wisely will throw that one away.
The Vikings here hosting Green Bay in the season opener, and they've got one of those quirks in the schedule that is going to work in their favor. They play all 3 of their division home games in the first 5 weeks of the year. After Green Bay today, they'll host Detroit in week 3 and then Chicago in week 5.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it's Rodgers.
The throw complete to the tight end, Tonyan. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Rodgers now to throw.
He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers.
Open man right side, it's Lamb. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones.
Down inside the 10.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown.
CeeDee Lamb.
A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers are on the board here first in the season opener.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Cousins. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. And I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Forced out to his left.
A check down here to Jones. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
Rodgers now on first down.
Completed out left to Dobbs.
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Packers 7, Vikings 0.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. A gain of 3, second down.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Black.
Throwing is Cousins. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
On play action, Rodgers. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw, it's Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. So now on 4th down, Rodgers will give way to Mason Crosby for the field goal try. This is a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance. So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
Taken from just outside the 30. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for it. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 41.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
We used to work relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, trying barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd down, here's Nwangu.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. To throw, Cousins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
And the Packers will take over possession here up at the 44. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
Rodgers' throw finds its target, Dobbs. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 44 yards.
At the 5-yard line.
Here's Rodgers. And he's got it. It's caught from Packers touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the route is on here in this first half.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. And here's Ryan Wright now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Returnable here from the 38. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. CeeDee Lamb on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Packers are able to add on to their first-half lead. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st and 10, Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Cousins.
That'll be caught. It's Rager.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 30. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Keyshawn Nixon now from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to throw.
Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
You got 58.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
But CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And into the end zone, it's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory,
the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Dancing to his left. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, even with a huge lead, he was looking for more points. Wanted the deep shot downfield. That one goes incomplete. Obviously, he wants to put more points on the board.
They'll run it with Jones.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And that is incomplete here. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Then able to find Allen Lazard. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb the contact and complete it.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th.
They're going for Lazard, but this is intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Vikings force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception's really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one. But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
And teams have a tough time running the ball as this one has throughout this game. It's so easy to just say, forget it, let's throw the football. But that's exactly why you stay with the running game. Eventually, you stick with it, you make some adjustments, you often find ways to run the ball better as the game goes on.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best.
And Rodgers intercepted a third time.
Picked off by Lewis Cine. And the Vikings are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play.
So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got Smith here. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Up the middle, Nwangu. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Defensively, with this lead in the fourth quarter, I guess you can allow a run of that magnitude.
You're right about that, but really the focus has got to be don't fall in love with the idea that you're getting big runs now. You're right. They're actually being allowed. They've got to think really hard about getting some chunk plays through the air, too.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Cousins rolling to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Cousins now from the 50. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. And this is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The offense on 3rd down, it has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. And he'll find Thielen on the right side.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
Give left side here for Nwangu. Brought down that time by Quay Walker.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And a short gain here, down to the 22. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
At the 11-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Quickly to Thielen here.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Joseph connects on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Nixon now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
It's second down.
After the sack on first down, Rodgers. He's got a man, complete.
And finally taken out of bounds all the way up near midfield.
It's a big play there for Green Bay. 42 yards.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10.
Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Rodgers looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Lamb.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Able to find Lazard. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. On play action, it's Rodgers. Here as he's taken down.
And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the 1st down sack. Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Over here.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Hey, they made no bones about it. They wanted to throw this rookie right into the fire, see what he could do. He shows what he can do there.
And you have to really put the time and effort in because playing a receiver in the NFL is a difficult task. And for a rookie, all that you have to learn to get on the same page with your quarterback, that's excellent coaching. And how about how he's picked things up?
Picking things up in a big way with a big play in his NFL debut. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Rodgers throwing here. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
Takes it at the 7. And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense.